Hello, Aries. Something just really bugged out on my laptop, so sorry if I looked strange in the beginning. But I hope you guys are doing well, Aries. I'm sending you all my love. I am back this week, so I'm gonna do a reading for you, okay? So this is gonna be for the week of the 3rd, going to the 9th of April. So let's have a little look and see together what's going on for you guys this week, okay? Let's see. Okay, for Aries, please. Okay. All right. I'm seeing a massive shift going on, and it feels like it's within you. And I will show you the cards. As for those who know me, I like to look at them first and kind of get the messages that I feel are coming through them, and then I'll show you. But it kind of feels like when you are doing something differently, I think you are going to start loving yourself more unless you're doing that already. You know, there's this more of this loving energy coming from you, and maybe you found something you really enjoy doing, or is really encouraging you to find this, because this loving energy, this unconditional energy that you're radiating is causing a really huge shift. And it's not just within you. I think it's starting from within you. And I feel like this is completely changing, and I am circling my heart space here. So I wonder if it's to do with your heart chakra, but it kind of feels like a root chakra issue as well. So these two are connected in some way for you. It's to do with your identity is changing, your perspective of life and the world around you is changing, and I feel like the world around you is also changing, how it's looking at you too, how it perceives you too. So I'm actually kind of getting for a lot of you here, Aries, that because you're loving yourself more, the world is loving you more. So you'll start to get more compliments. Or again, it could be work related. The more that you're loving what it is that you do, and being confident about it, and really appreciating and being graceful for yourself about what it is that you do and the impact that you make, or just the fact you're enjoying it. I really feel like you're getting more attention in these areas. So there's a big shift going on here, which is interesting. It does feel like a Tower card moment, but this feels like a good one. This doesn't feel bad. It just feels like some sort of breakthrough is happening for you. And I do see this is going to lead towards a deeper connection with the universe. I feel like you're going to start to see, unless you have already, started to see more signs and synchronicities around you, felt more connected, heard new things. Like some of you might really be tapping into some very clairvoyant and very, tapping into the clairs, as they say. You're tapping into your psychic energy for a lot of you, by the way. So pay attention. But I'm also seeing opportunities and messages coming your way, okay? So the first card wanting to come out, it just kind of just slipped out there. So I'm going to clarify it first. Well, interesting. So let's just say things have not always been that way. I do see that in the past, or maybe something that you are still currently experiencing, because in these readings, it's all about energy. And energy is shifting, and I can see that it's shifting for you, but energy cannot be contained in just 1 week. It can happen before, it can happen a little bit after. But anyway, so you've been through a very difficult time. I feel like there's some deep heartache here, and I feel like you haven't really let people know what it is that you've been through or the feelings that you've had. This feels like mental anguish though, but it is to do with the heart, because I was circling the heart, and you do have the 3 of Swords coming through here. So it is to do with how you are feeling. This could again be to do with the confidence that you have within yourself though, like your identity. There's been a lack of confidence here, a lack of wanting to shine out, like stand out, shine bright. Maybe you've limited yourself in some ways without realizing. So I'm kind of feeling like you're healing some kind of wound here when it comes down to having a limited mindset. That includes having a limited mindset within yourself, towards yourself, like, oh, I can't do this, I'm not good at this, or I'm not good enough at this. You're holding yourself at a barrier, or I'm not ready for this. There's a limitation here, or the standard, I'm not good enough, and I don't want to be seen, I'm not good enough to be seen. Like, I kind of feel like you've limited yourself in some way, or there's just been some heartache that you've been holding on to without intentionally wanting to hold on to it. Let's clarify it just one more time, please, with this 4 of Pentacles. The Lovers and the 3 of Cups, and the Hierophant is also on the bottom of the deck here. Some of you may have been through a third party situation, and I feel like this has been really blocking you in terms of your loving connections. I feel like you have some trust issues. I don't know if any of you blamed yourself for it, but don't ever do that. It's never your fault. Like, I think that there is factors that plays a part in it, but if someone's going to cheat and they're just, I'm sorry, just going to go into it. If they're, you know, if someone has wandering eyes and a lack of loyalty, then that's just their characteristics. There are graceful ways of doing things, you know, with respect to each person. And if someone didn't take that route, then they're not a very respectful person. So anyways, don't blame yourself for anything if that's the case. Aries, I'm kind of feeling like you feel like, if this is not to do with love, I kind of just feel like you feel like left out. I kind of feel like you might be feeling like you are always like second option in something, if it's your work or I don't know, there's just this energy coming through of, or maybe everyone else gets the good things or everyone else gets the good people, or there's this energy of comparing. Don't limit yourself. Again, it's like a limited mindset. When you look at people who are successful and thriving or doing things you really want to do, it should inspire you, because it should encourage you that, oh, if they can do it, I can do it too. It shouldn't be, maybe your perspective needs to change, because it should never be like, why do other people always get good things and I'm here with this? No, it just should make you look at it. Okay, what are these people doing that I'm not? And again, it's not a personality trait. It doesn't mean anything's wrong with you at all. It just means that maybe your perspective needs to believe in yourself a little bit more. You need to start going, actually, I'm going to let go of this, whatever it is you're holding on to, these limitations, these things that we feel matter and hold us down, when really we could let go of these. You know, the Four of Pentacles is usually in a tarot deck like a greed card, but it's more of a case of someone who is like, this is the only way I'm going to get there is if I hold on really tightly to this, or if I, you know, really hold on very tightly or to my finances. That's the only way I'm going to save. Well, that's not really the law of flow, because money goes in and out always. We have to, if we want it to come in, we have to be graceful when it goes out. Just be cautious of where it's going, of course. So it's just an energy of maybe going more. I feel like maybe you guys need to Google some like law of attraction and the laws of the universe, because I kind of feel like there is some resistance here, and this is causing heartache. I think that you're not very happy where you're at, whatever that may be. It could be in your love life again, but I think you're scared of opening up and accepting other things. So the Lovers here, of course, this could be like a past situation that caused a lot of heartache. All right, a situation with a third party, okay, because that is what these cards could indicate. For others of you, it is about celebration and there being a choice here. We can either hold on to something that's clearly not making us happy, or we can kind of step into the celebration and the abundance, as you can see with the Three of Cups. For some of you, you might have to make a shift with like choosing money over happiness, because we have Pentacles to the Cups here. The Pentacles is keeping you stuck. Could be contracts, could be anything of that matter, but it's causing the Three of Swords. And we have the Lovers with the Three of Cups. Some of you, if you're single, you know, it's like, I don't want to open up, I don't want to do this, but it's coming from a place of pain rather than from happiness and joy. So this is where we have in the oracle cards this yin energy. So it's coming through as like some advice for you here, Aries, only for those who resonate, of course. When we do things out of love, when we start giving that love and grace to ourselves, we do start to attract in opportunities. And that's what yin is all about. It's when you're in the flow of love and unconditional love to yourself, this does start to become a magnet for you. And this is changing your path around you. Because you then had the regeneration card, which is regenerating. It's a fresh new start for you. 4 and a 6 goes to the 10, which is also about completion. All right, ends of chapters, beginning of new ones. And I always say with this card, this tree is protected, and this always shows up for the person I'm reading for. So Aries, you are protected. But it's just like you might have been staying in something for a bit too long, and it has affected you, or it has become to affect you, because trees absorb the things around them, right? So if it's not good for you, around you, or the things that we're feeding ourselves, maybe literally, or our thoughts and the things we're looking at on a day-to-day basis, if this is not if it's not good for you, it's going to start to impact you. It's going to start to go within you, so you have to pay attention. So some of you are being taken away from situations literally by the universe, by things being outside your control, so that you can continue to be protected, or because you are protected, they're moving you away from people and things that are not intended to harm you, but just aren't doing you any good. So don't be surprised if some people kind of move away from you. All right, if relationships around you start to kind of seem a little bit like different, people start acting a little bit strange. When you say a prayer, when you say to yourself, I'm not going to allow myself to entertain anything that's harmful for me, and people start acting off, then it kind of shows you people's true intentions, or the fact that they're just not aligned to you. Okay, because after this regeneration and this big shift, this big change, this change of environment, the change of the things that we're feeding ourselves, again, not literally, but it could be literally, but again, it's just things that we're being exposed to. You then have message in a bottle, which is this kind of phone call from the universe that's going to give you some clarity, and it is going to be the thing that you wanted. So again, we also have, by the way, when these cards came out, the Magician, which is this ability to manifest, this ability to understand that you've always had everything around you and within you to create the life that you wanted to create. If you can visualize it, you can bring it down to earth here. If you can see yourself living in this reality, you can bring this down to earth. That's what the Magician is all about. By using the tools that life has given you, the wisdom that life has given you. So instead of coming from a place of pain, we're coming from a place of power, Aries. And I think this is amazing because it's transforming you and the life that you're living. But there needs to be a choice with that Two of Swords. There needs to be you sitting down and really listening to your gut instinct and where it's trying to guide you. Okay, because there is a deep calling here coming through for you. Literally a call coming through for you. Yeah. Okay, this is very interesting because, by the way, we have the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. Both of these are blindfolded. Both of these together go towards the Ten of Swords, okay, which is a complete ending. Very much similar to the regeneration. Is like no going back to a certain thing, a certain way of being anymore, a certain relationship, okay? So Two of Swords, this is a difficult decision, but don't get too stuck on it. Don't think too much about it. Trust your gut instinct, because it feels like going from the Two of Swords to the Eight of Swords. You could think so long about something that you end up kind of blocking yourself from moving forward. Okay. This is a limited energy, by the way, until we make that decision here. The Hermit and the Page of Cups. So this is kind of like an interesting energy because the Page of Cups is kind of your inner child, and the Hermit is your higher self. So you are in the middle of this, and this feels like a conversation happening to align all three of you. I kind of feel like there's different like stages that you have been in. Like for some of you Aries, I think you're in a better position than you was in the past, but you're still wanting to be where your future self is, your higher self is. So anyways, listening to this inner guidance is really going to help you. But I'm kind of seeing you bridging a gap of like getting to where you want to go. Absolutely. Clarify the Magician. Okay. The Tower card. And this is what I was saying. And now underneath the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Wild card coming through here as well. So this is a new beginning, especially financially, by the way. So when you choose something that makes you happy and something that you love, it seems to really kind of bring in an opportunity to do with your stability, your foundation, your finances, your work life, okay? It's a solid, new, long-term opportunity. And it only happens with the cycle of life. When we let something go, some heartache, some pain, some emotions, some grief, some, lack mentality, something that's weighing you down. you get to join the people who are having fun too. Like, it's almost like you're giving yourself the opportunity by starting fresh, by changing things around you. All right. And I feel like this is going to be very good for you. Okay, you are getting that opportunity. The Magician energy is like, maybe as soon as you manifest, maybe it's going to come very suddenly. Okay, with that Tower card, with the message in the bottle as well, it almost feels like it's this calling, this opportunity is going to come just when you let everything go and you really sit in this pure energy of, I really release this, I'm ready to love and be in peace with myself. That's when this shift happens. Let's pull you some random messages here with the Tea Leaf Tarot for Aries, please. We have the Eagle coming through, all right, which is triumph over troubles and obstacles, which we love. We have the Fox energy, okay? Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Sometimes when this card comes up too, I also have a message that some people might be a bit sneaky around you, okay? Yeah, we then have the Finger coming through as I'm saying this, where it's warning you of a problem either now or in the near future, okay? So pay attention to somebody who could represent this Fox energy. But you are going to be triumphant, all right, when it comes down to all these obstacles that you feel like you're facing. Okay, so we have older man coming through with Fan. This is dealings or relationship with an older man. This could be romance, celebration, or party, okay? This could be to do with a relationship. As I said, if this is that third party situation, then just pay attention, okay? You could be the older man, whatever it is. It's just reminding you that someone might not have your best interest in mind, or this could be a friend, whatever this is, okay? We then have, which came out with these messages too, Shock and Axe, which are both warnings as well, saying there could be some forces working against you, take care, or there'll be a loss of material wealth, okay? So maybe someone is kind of wanting something from you, or it could be preventing you from attaining material wealth. Someone could be trying to keep you stuck here, so just pay attention. When you cut something off here that is starting to seem a little bit suspicious, I feel like this is where you get that triumph over troubles, because the eagle is all about soaring and flying high, which the Four of Pentacles was being really stuck, really grounded. So someone could just not, whether they intend to be or not, I feel like just having this person around you could just be really weighing you down, and this is asking for you to change that, okay? I'm going to pull you out an animal spirit card as well. For Aries, please. We have two. So you have Elephant Spirit, which is saying learn from the past. We can always gain wisdom from it. Learn from it. Just don't hold on to it and don't allow it to drag you down, okay? And we also have Moth Spirit, which is saying surrender now. So it's exactly the same. Learn from the past, but move forward from it, okay? Surrender whatever it is that you might be holding on to and be ready for this new beginning, okay? My angels, I love you guys. I wish you all the best. Let me know if it resonated down below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. But I hope to see you guys next time. Okay?